All right, YouTube. Hello, I'm back. Sorry if you were somebody that watched me back when I was making videos last year and I just disappeared on you. Yeah, it was kind of crappy of me, I know. Um, yeah, I got overwhelmed. It was just too much at the time. I had too much going on and I was too ambitious. I wanted to get out as much stuff as I could, research all the time, constantly writing scripts. That's all I was doing and trying to be dad and husband and handyman and all that at the same time. And it just wasn't working. And I got overwhelmed. But I said, the heck with all that. Not going to worry about anything. If I get a video out, I get it out. If I don't, I don't. I do it when I have the chance. I'm shooting for one a week. If I get it, I get it. If I don't, I don't. Oh well. All right. Enough of that. All right. If you are just waking up this morning and you haven't checked your news feed yet, the Middle East is on fire. Yeah. It's, I mean, not all of it, but, most of it. All right. So, Israel and us have attacked sites in Iran. Okay. So, Israel has gone after leadership. They said that they have targeted the president and the Ayatollah. They don't know if they got them. I've seen reports that they were moved before they attacked, but nobody knows yet. Okay, so this being a blue collar channel, blue collar guy giving his opinion on things, had a thought on the way home that ain't heard nobody else say yet, and I was like, so my first thought was like, oh crap, Middle East is erupting crazy again. I wonder if gas prices are going to go up, because that's what we think about. And I started thinking, what if the Houthis start shooting up tankers in the Red Sea and, they shut down the Strait of Hormuz and they disrupt oil shipping and all that over there and, things go crazy. And then I was like, wait a minute. We just did that whole thing in Venezuela and they have the largest oil reserves in the world and we got access to that now. So, and we just got like what 80 million barrels from them or something, and we can probably get whatever we want now. So maybe that was planned. We did that first to secure those reserves, so that in case this stuff popped off and went crazy and got out of hand, that our prices wouldn't go up. Because the last thing Trump wants is gas prices to go up in a midterm year. We're voting in the primary in like 2 or 3 days, and then November it's coming, and he definitely is wants to do good there. Anyway, that was my first thought. Second thought was, holy crap, we did this with Israel. It's going to be nonstop again. Here we go. All the Tuckers, Chinks, all of them. Whoa, Israel, Israel, Israel. We always do Israel's bidding. We're just Israel's puppet. I guarantee you, Chink will be on Piers Morgan in the next few days, Monday, something like that. And his whole shtick, the whole time, that's all he's going to go off about is how we just do BB's bidding for him. And Tucker, I like Tucker. I like a lot of things Tucker says. He thinks outside the box. He thinks differently than anybody else I've ever watched before. He misses the mark sometimes. Sometimes he's right on. And he's kind of a pacifist. He doesn't really want any involvement anywhere in anything. No military. Doesn't want people to ever get hurt, ever. And I don't think that's right. I think sometimes you got to use the military. That's what it's there for. And it's weird. He's kind of conservative. He's pretty conservative. And Chink is way on the left, and they're going to be hand in hand in this about on Israel. On we shouldn't be doing Israel's bidding. And if we have mutual interests in doing this, with Israel, we're not doing their bidding. We're carrying out our own interest and doing what we wanted to do, and then they went along with us. I don't think we're carrying out Israel's bidding. I don't think they talked us into this. I mean, negotiations broke down. Trump was pissed off. You know, it doesn't matter what the negotiations came up with anyway. It's not like Iran was going to adhere to them. Oh yeah, we won't enrich anything else. Okay, whatever. Yeah, right. It's bullcrap. And then they've been killing everybody that's protesting over there. The people over there love Trump. They want regime change. They want uh, the Ayatollah out of there. They're tired of being in that country with that oppressive regime. They want this to happen. They do. Don't mark my words. They really do. The people over there want them out. Now, my analysis would be, I don't foresee this being no Iraq thing where we stay there forever, try to run the country, install a democracy. Trump made it pretty clear in his speech last night. He said, it's time for, we're going to knock everything out, and the people, y'all got to step up and do the rest yourself. And I think that's what they're counting on. I mean, and it's what's got to happen. I think we're going to go in, blow the crap out of every military installation, site, nuclear facility, everything we can, knock it to the ground, make them as weak as possible, and let the people do the rest. And he even told the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and the police and everybody there, he said, look, lay down your weapons, give up, and you'll have immunity. Don't fight for the Ayatollah. If you fight for the Ayatollah, you're going to die. If you lay it down and go against him, we'll protect you. So, they're the number one state sponsor of terror. They're disrupting the region. They're the whole reason behind the Gaza war that everybody's crazy about. They did that on purpose, because I think they did that because Saudi Arabia was in talks with us to basically join the Abraham Accords and sign on and recognize Israel as a country. And that would have been like the biggest thing that's ever happened in like 1,000 years. Honest to God, that would have been a big deal. And all that stopped as soon as October 7th happened. And I think that can get back on track. And there can be peace in the region if just the people can step up and do what they need to do. And he said, anybody over there, anybody that you're listening to this morning that says, oh, this is going to be days and days and blah, blah, blah. Nobody knows how long this is going to take. I don't think it's going to take that long, but nobody knows. He said this is an ongoing operation. So we don't know if it's going to be 3 days, 4 days, a week, 2 weeks, month. I would assume it's not going to take that long because, I think we're going to get in there and we're not going to fiddle fart around and take care of stuff. I think what you're going to see today, Trump's going to come out and he's going to make some kind of statement or speech sometime today. Hell, he might be doing it now. I don't know. Who knows? And he's going to give a damage assessment. He's going to tell us how great we are, how awesome the military was, how precise it was, what we blew up. He's not going to tell you what we're going to do next. He's not the kind of guy he is. He's not going to let on to give them, a heads up. That was dumb. That was Obama. Oh, we're going to go into Aleppo on this date at this time. No. Why? Why would you do that? Oh, gee, thanks for ruining the surprise. Anyway, so that's what's going on right now. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. I don't have a script, but yeah, that's what you're going to see today. He's going to come out and make an announcement. He said, there's not going to be boots on the ground. We're not going in there. Don't worry. We're not marching, through Iran. It's not going to happen. I would assume that this morning was like a the worst thing you can do militarily is be repetitive, because if you're repetitive, they can anticipate what you're going to do next. So we got Maduro in the middle of the night And I don't think they would have ever thought that we would have went in there at 10 a.m. this morning and started blowing stuff up. So that was kind of like a, ooh, surprise. I think we did that. I don't know what we've hit yet, but I would assume it was like radar installations, military sites, missile bases, air defense systems, everything that could, you know, hurt us in some way while we're flying over and doing stuff. And I think we're just went in there this morning and knocked a whole bunch of that crap out and blacked it out and took out their ability to see us coming. And what you'll see tonight, or not our tonight, but their tonight, is we're going to start lighting up stuff tonight. We took out everything today so they can't see us. And then when it gets dark, we're going to go in there and just, it's going to be a massacre. It's over. Hell, it might be over with tonight, and tonight might be the last strike. But I bet you that's what happens. Also, you're gonna have the warmongers out there, John Bolton's, the Lindsey Graham's. This is the greatest thing ever. Anytime we strike anything, these fools, they just can't wait to drop a bomb. It's insane. So you're gonna have them on both sides pulling at you. You know, Israel. Don't. Oh, why are we doing this for Israel? You're gonna have the other ones, you know, this is the greatest thing ever. I don't know. You know, the worst thing a journalist can say is we'll see, because that's lazy and it's bad reporting. I'm not a journalist. I'm just a blue collar guy analyzing the situation, talking to y'all. This is good therapy for me. It lets me get some thoughts out. And I'm glad if y'all are watching. I'm going to keep doing this more. I'm going to stay on this again. I enjoyed this when I was doing it, making the videos. I was even getting pretty good at it, I think. I was terrible at first. Oh, and y'all, look, I'm still not good. I didn't make that many videos. But I'll get better. I'll grow. I'll get some equipment, maybe a mic, a real computer. You know, I need y'all's help. Y'all got to watch. Because I'm broke. Okay. But anyway, that's all I got right now. I think I'm sure there's something I thought of earlier that I'm gonna, as soon as I turn this off, I'm gonna be like, crap, should have said that. But let's hope for the best. Pray that no Americans die, get injured, or hurt in any of these engagements. They're shooting rockets at all our air bases over there right now. So far, I think all they've hit are empty warehouses. I think everybody was evacuated before we did it. I think we're pretty prepared for this. But yeah, let's hope for the best. I kind of hope, this is my hope. I hope that we just decapitate the entire regime, that people start stepping up all over the country and taking their own cities, that the military decides to go against the regime, and that they just take back their country and that they're free. And then you can have peace over there, and then you can have Saudi Arabia recognize Israel, and then you can have this whole thing, and then, you know, it could, in a couple of years, it could be a completely safe area over there again. I don't know, probably not. You know, they've been, you know, whatever. But, you know, we'll see. I'm gonna go to bed. And I just got home from work, and then I'm gonna wake up, check the news, see what's going on, and maybe I'll talk to y'all again tonight, make a short. I don't know. Y'all chime in, tell me what y'all think, tell me what I got wrong, if I'm stupid or crazy, and let's have a chat. I don't care. I'll talk to you. Civil debate. Tell me what's up. All right. Y'all take care. Good night.